Okay, I want to talk about embedding versus linking a story in your blog post. So, there are some benefits to either embedding or linking within your blog post. Which one you do doesn't really matter. It just matters to Google that you have actually linked the story in the related post. It's a best practice that they suggest and something that we also suggest. There are a few caveats. I would not embed or link stories in your top post. Don't touch your top post if you can help it. Um, and also, if you are cranking out, 75 stories a month, like we have some of our clients doing, um, I would not recommend linking that many stories a month just because that is a lot to keep up with. And in some cases, for our clients, we're doing multiple stories per post. So again, kind of same thing. What I would do is if you have multiple stories per post, I would link the newest story within that post. So for example, if you created a story in May and you link that story or embedded that story within the post, come back and once you publish a new one in say August, you would change that out for the newest one. So I want to show you how to link a story in the post and then also how to embed a story in the post. And honestly, this is personal preference. Some people like the visual effect of having the stories in the post. Some people like just having the link. It is totally your preference. So first, if we want to link a story, it doesn't really matter where you do it in the post. Where you add it, it's totally up to you. So let's just do this. So we'll select the word scones, link, and then search just kind of a related term. And what this does is it pulls up the related URL. So you can see this related story, and then we'll just link it. I usually have mine open in a new tab. Again, totally preference. Now, if you want to embed a story, you can see that one's already embedded here, but I'm going to remove it just so that I can show you. Typically, when embedding, I will suggest that you embed at the end of the content. So, for example, this is a recipe after the recipe. We don't want to take people off of your blog post or away from your ads, for example. This is really more of a benefit for Google to see that we are following their best practices versus giving additional content to the user. Now, it is beneficial, it's additional content for the user, but again, we don't want to interrupt the blog post with these stories if you're embedding. So you'll just click add if you're using blocks. We'll search for story. It pulls up the web stories kind of widget. And then what you can do is you can embed the latest stories, selected stories, or a single story. So I would embed a single story, and then you can click select story, and then we would just select, for example, this most recent one, click update. I do like to center these. It just, in my opinion, looks better. So we will click update. And now it's embedded and it will show like this on the front end. It basically just plays the story on the front end. So let me know what questions you have about embedding versus linking your web stories.